This is a KUGR sports production.
Good pass down low to Erickstrup, and he scores off the glass.
Giving you play-by-play coverage of all your favorite WSU athletics.
He doesn't get it! He stuffed at the line!
Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more.
Absolutely electrifying play from Washington State to get him right back in this game.
Follow us on YouTube at KUGR Sports to listen to every game live.
What a play! What a kill by Brewstad!
Never miss a moment with the best in the West. KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse.
Gets the Cougs on the board with less than 20 seconds remaining in this first period. Here come the Cougs.
And now, on to the game.
Good evening and welcome inside Orleans Arena for the third round of the WCC men's basketball tournament. It's the Portland Pilots, the 9 seed, taking on the higher seed, 5-seeded San Francisco Dons. Davis Hagen alongside Josiah Frank. And what a tournament it's been so far. And Josiah, these Portland Pilots just took down the Washington State Cougars last night, and they come in red hot, taking on the Dons, who are the 5 seed after being the 3 seed last year. Now they're number 5. They have to play a round earlier than they did a year ago, and this Portland Pilots team is very tough. They took down Washington State 74-68, and it's going to be a good showdown for a spot in the quarterfinals. And the winner will play the Oregon State Beavers, the 4 seed. And Josiah, yesterday, Portland Pilots, man, they were red hot from everywhere, including a guy, Knuckles, who had a 23-point career high against the Cougs.
Yeah, and it was definitely the Garrett Knuckles show, having that career high. But he's not the only guy that can get it done for the University of Portland. They've got multiple guys. Wanted to highlight their star point guard, one of the best freshmen in the WCC. He actually earned all freshman honors. And that guy right there is Joel Foxwell, the Melbourne, Australian native. One of the best freshmen. He had a season-high 35 points in February against Pepperdine. And he's the type of guy that can heat up. This Portland team beat Gonzaga. That's the highlight of their season. They came into this tournament ranked 9th, beat Washington State just last night, and they're looking to carry over another win against a pretty good San Francisco Dons team that's ranked 5th here in Vegas.
Yeah, those San Francisco Dons, they've come in with a 16-15 overall record, 8-10 in conference play to earn that 5 seed after being number 3 a year ago. And they are led by Ryan Beasley, who leads the team in points, assists, and steals. He's averaging over 13.5 per game this season.
Yeah, and defense is definitely going to be the biggest factor into this game, and that's something that Portland definitely has to factor if they want to continue their run, because this San Francisco Dons team, they've kind of had an up and down season. Usually in the WCC conference, Portland is kind of around this 5th, 4th, maybe even 3rd area. You know, Gonzaga and St. Mary's usually always dominating the conference, and then Santa Clara and San Francisco kind of seem to even out the next top 4. And so right now, San Francisco really needs to show how well the defensive team they are and shut down the likes of the Portland Pilots, like Knuckles, like Foxwell, and the rest of the flight crew.
We'll start with the starters for the Portland Pilots. They're 15-18 now after 2 wins in the conference tournament. And they are led by their point guard, a freshman from Melbourne, Australia, Joel Foxwell, standing at 6'1". At the other guard position, a 6'6" junior from Bullard, Texas, Garrett Knuckles. Down low at the center position, a 7'1", 250-pound Danish player, Jermaine Balsayer-Webb, who had his first career double-double, which is pretty remarkable to have a first career double-double at 7'1". He had a really good game. He also had 5 threes in their opening round win a couple nights ago against Pepperdine. And then at the wing positions, you have Dante Sensori Hercules. He's a 6'7" freshman. And rounding out their starting lineup, a 6'10" forward, 230-pounder from Australia, James O'Donnell. He's a sophomore. And for the San Francisco Dons, they'll be wearing their home white uniforms tonight. Ryan Beasley, the 5'11" guard from San Ramon, California. The other guard position, a 6'6", 200-pound guard, Tyrone Riley. He's a sophomore. And they also have some really good talent down low. The leading rebounder on their team, David Fuchs, a 6'9", 245-pound forward. And at the other guard position, Legend Smiley, a freshman, 6'5", 190 pounds from Seattle, Washington. And down low, rounding out their starting five, a junior, 6'9", 250 pounds from China, Junji Wang, who is a holdover from last year's team. Beasley, Riley, and Wang, all guys that were on that team last year. They're going to have a big game tonight. But Portland coming in red hot. And Josiah, it's going to be a good evening slate for us. We've got Portland and San Francisco right now, and then Pacific coming up later against Seattle U. The Pilots wearing their road gray uniforms with Portland in purple across their chests with purple numbers. San Francisco, the home whites, with San Francisco in the classic script lettering kind of diagonally across their chest with dark green numbers located in the bottom right quadrant of their jerseys and then centered on the back. And it's going to be David Fuchs to tip it against the 6'10 O'Donnell. And I mentioned this yesterday, Josiah, but they're not having Balsayer Webb tip it off. He's 7'1". Instead, they go O'Donnell against Fuchs. So it's 6'9" against 6'10" to tip things off. And it's won by Portland. Back to Balsayer Webb. So O'Donnell wins the tip, and Foxwell brings it up the floor with his lime green shoes. Him and Knuckles both wearing the same sneakers. It is really bright, especially on this nicely mopped floor here at WCC tournament play in Orleans Arena. And Foxwell starts on the outside, looking for the first basket of the game. They got 10 seconds to shoot, and the Pilots go to work with Balsayer Webb going against Junji Wang. Webb spins, and Balsayer Webb misses the first turnaround shot, and it's a rebound for San Francisco. And Ryan Beasley, the 5'11 guard, leads the team in points, assists, and steals, brings it up the floor to Junji Wang at the top of the arc. Goes right side for Fuchs against Balsayer Webb. Bullies him inside, goes up strong, misses the layup. Tap back won't go for Wang, and the ball gets deflected out of bounds. Last touch by San Francisco. So both teams, Josiah, missing in early action.
Yeah, and I think both teams are going to be extremely physical as well. Both the teams have a lot of height. Fuchs, Wang, Balsayer Webb, and O'Donnell kind of tearing past the 6'10 mark. It's going to be a fun matchup.
Balsayer Webb, he's been dangerous from the three-point line in this tournament. He's got the ball out at the top, gives it to Foxwell on the far side. Screen coming, and he goes right side. A floater hanging, no. Rebound, tap back won't go for O'Donnell, and both teams cold to start, 0-0 through a minute and 20 seconds. San Francisco to work on offense. Wang will pull up from deep. That's off the left side of the iron. Knuckles gets the rebound, floats in the air, and somehow saves it to Foxwell. So Knuckles gets the early rebound after a career-high 23 against Washington State last night. 18-20 in the first half, 0-0. Knuckles will drive, scoop shot, lays it in, and he's got the first 2 points of the game for Portland, and it's 2-0 Pilots through the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, and it looks like kind of a repeat of last night. He had that career high with 23 points. We'll see if he can continue to keep it going here on this Saturday night.
Outside, Tyrone Riley gives it to Beasley, snakes inside, hangs in the air, bounce pass, leaving it for Fuchs. He goes up strong and is fouled. 2 shots coming, and that foul picked up by O'Donnell, it looks like.
It looked like Balsayer Webb got the brunt of the basketball, but O'Connor must have hit him on the way up and got that arm to put Fuchs on the line.
So Fuchs from Vienna, Austria, 6'9", 245 pounds. Started his career with 2 seasons at Rhode Island. Averaged 7 and 7 with points and rebounds last year. This season for San Francisco, averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds. So increased the offense and stayed consistently on the board. So this is the first free throw, though. And his second on the way is good. And it gives San Francisco their first point of the tournament. 2-1 lead for Portland. 17:50 to play in the first half. O'Donnell right side. Loses the ball. It was just a mishandle on the dribble, and he loses it out of bounds. Balsayer Webb tumbled to the floor at the top of the key. He is frequently on the ground for Portland.
Yeah, I think at the 7'1" height, he's not the heaviest of guys, but yeah, he's definitely kind of getting on the wood maybe a lot more than you'd like.
So 2-1 advantage for the Pilots. This is Legend Smiley to Fuchs at the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Riley. Got it beyond the arc. Bounce pass to Fuchs in the far corner, guarded by Balsayer Webb. Baseline drive for Fuchs. Underneath, hangs in the air, finishes. He is so elusive down low, and he's such a strong build. And it's a 3-2 lead, the first lead for San Francisco. Foxwell out to Sensori Hercules. They're leaving him alone on the perimeter. Balsayer Webb will go to work down low against Wong. Spin, turn, fire, no. And he had a little shimmy move, but he couldn't get it done. San Francisco clears the boards and goes the other way, up 3-2 with 16:45 remaining in the first half. Approaching our first media timeout. Fuchs on a slip. Kick it out in the corner. Riley, left-handed three-pointer, too strong. Rebound, O'Donnell for the Pilots. 16:30 left first half. San Francisco up 3-2. Foxwell into the lane. A floater is good. Well, Foxwell, such a talent for the Portland Pilots. He's a great recruit that came to Oregon to play for Shante Leggins in his 5th season as the head coach of the Portland Pilots. San Francisco, 4 minutes gone through this first quarter. Fuchs will drive it and pop it over the top of Balsayer Webb, and he is having a great start to this game. It's 5-4. Dons take back the lead with 15:48 remaining in this first half. Foxwell splits the double team, gets to the cup. 1-2 to the rim, missed it. The tap back won't go for O'Donnell. Foxwell is adamant that there was contact. They don't call anything for him, and San Francisco goes back the other way. A 5-4 lead for the Dons. Beasley working left side against Foxwell. Bounce pass to Fuchs. He's been lethal so far. 5 points for the strong man. He goes up strong against Balsayer Webb, and he gets fouled and earns a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, and it looks like it's the Fuchs against Portland right now. He's got all 5 of their points, and if he makes a free throw or 2, he will extend all of San Francisco's 1-point lead. But yeah, it's kind of been the show tonight, and also getting it done on the defensive end as well. Had a tough rebound after that O'Donnell miss. Yeah, I love to see what he can do. He is really talented once he's physical in that short corner. Has very good footwork and can get to the cup very easily.
A 5-4 lead for San Francisco. We've reached our first media timeout. 15:22 remaining in the first half. Going to be a good game throughout the evening, but an early advantage for San Francisco. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. An early 1-point lead for San Francisco over Portland. It's a 5-4 advantage. 15:22 remaining in the first half. We've reached our first media timeout, and the teams break out of it. There'll be 2 free throws coming up for David Fuchs, who's got all 5 points for the Dons. He's also got 3 rebounds. This is his second trip to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 so far tonight. And so here comes his first of 2 free throws. It is good. He rolls it over the front of the rim. It's a 6-4 lead for San Francisco over Portland. The 9-seed Pilots beat Pepperdine 2 nights ago, then Washington State last night. San Francisco playing in their first game of the tournament. Fuchs knocks down the second free throw. He's got 7 of the 7 points for San Francisco. Leading the way for the Dons. 7-4 lead, 15-15 left in the first half. Here's Foxwell, top of the key. Hangs in the air with a wild pass out to Knuckles. He gathers it, but he's way out by the midcourt stripe. Picked up by Wong on a nice screen from Ballslayer Webb, and Knuckles with a mid-range hanging floater, and he hits it. It's 7-6 advantage Dons. Fuchs high post going straight into the chest of Ballslayer Webb, misses the layup. And then a foul called on the rebound. Junjae Wong picks it up. And here comes Guillermo Diaz-Graham, which if that name sounds familiar, he was on that Pitt team as a freshman that went on a tournament run to the Sweet 16 with his brother Jorge. They both transferred to the WCC. It could be a Diaz-Graham matchup in the next round if San Francisco wins. His brother plays for Oregon State. So Fuchs missed that layup, and Wong goes to the bench with a foul. Portland back to work on offense. They're down by 1. It's a 7-6 lead for San Francisco. A pass zipped down to the block, knocked out of bounds by Fuchs. And he will match up against O'Donnell as Ballslayer Webb will check out. Ballou coming in. He is a really good shooter for Portland. One of the big reasons why they were able to eliminate the Cougars last night. Mookie Cook has checked in for San Francisco, putting Smiley to the bench. Knuckles, a runner, won't drop. 2 Portland Pilots were there to try to tap it in. Neither of them could get it. Diaz-Graham rebounds it. Top of the key. He's going to fire a three-pointer, and he airballs it on his first shot of the tournament. He's not afraid to shoot it. I mean, his brother and him played significant minutes in that tournament run, and they were both thrust into that situation to start and play significant minutes for the Panthers, who really, they didn't expect them to play in that tournament. They kind of made a name for themselves, but he airballs that shot. Portland the other way. Foxwell will leave his footing and then throw it away out of bounds, and Shante Lagan's telling him, you got to have 2 feet when you're going to pass the ball. Because as soon as you leave your feet, you're either going to travel if you land or likely turn it over with a wild pass.
Yeah, and probably the latter. More so you're going to turn over the basketball if both feet aren't on the wood to make a constructive pass.
7-6 lead for San Francisco, 13:40 left in the first half. Fuchs in the short corner, spinning against O'Donnell, backing him down. The double comes from Knuckles, and he has to kick it out to Tyrone Riley, and he gets bumped and fouled by Sensori Hercules. Kason Masic coming in for San Francisco. Beasley will take himself to the bench. And Mookie Cook in for San Francisco. And he's also inbounding it. Top of the key, Masic. Left side, 3 to shoot. He drives against Ballou. Layup too strong, didn't hit the rim. And the putback not able to go down for Fuchs. Foxwell, good pass down low to O'Donnell. Catches it inside, goes up strong, missed it. And Fuchs snares the rebound. So 13 minutes left in the first half. San Francisco still up 7-6. A lull in scoring. Both teams haven't scored in over the last couple of minutes. It's been 2.5 minutes for San Francisco. Cook in the corner, looking for Fuchs. He's still got all 7. Masic going to try from deep, misses it. Knuckles rebound. Foxwell over half court. Works towards the middle, kicks it out to Knuckles. Bounce pass to O'Donnell, down low against Fuchs. Bounce pass again, this time too strong. Sensori Hercules couldn't catch up to it. And it's a turnover for Portland.
Yeah, and that's their 4th turnover of the game. The Dons have not turned over the basketball yet. But yeah, 4 bad turnovers and 2 of them back to back. It almost seems like Portland right now is playing rush, almost like how the Cougars were last night.
Montes Feronsky has come in for the Pilots, and Hercules sits, as well as O'Donnell. Balsayer Webb is back in. Here's Saba Gigi Beria, who's in for San Francisco. He's got it on the block, and he lays it in. Gigi Beria, 7'2", 255-pound center off the bench. They've got just a monstrosity twin towers down there. Guillermo Diaz-Graham, 7 feet tall. Gigi Beria, 7'2". Outside, Foxwell, deep 3, rattles out. And somehow Ryan Beasley, one of the smallest players on the court, 5'11", got the rebound over his fellow 7'2", Gigi Beria. Inside to Mookie Cook, short corner, bounce pass to Gigi Beria. Missed it, got his own miss, and then it got knocked out of his hands, so no points on that possession. But Gigi Beria, the first guy to score that's not named David Fuchs. As he sits, it's 9-6 San Francisco. Ball knocked out of bounds on the far side. And we've reached the under 12 media timeout. It'll be Portland ball when we come back. But Josiah, right now, a little bit of a lull in this middle of the first half.
Yeah, and it seems like both teams are kind of playing a little rushed. And I think both teams really just want to win a basketball game. This is kind of win or go home, especially for the Pilots and for the Dons as well. They don't have a good enough record and not great enough wins to, maybe hope to get in even if they lose. The WCC usually not only having the conference champion, maybe having one more bid to kind of get into the tournament. It usually is a Gonzaga, St. Mary's, as both of them get in. Everybody else, you got to fight to try to stay alive. And if you want to get to the big dance, you got to win the tournament. And you definitely have to start by winning tonight.
It's a 9-6 lead for San Francisco over the Portland Pilots. 11:25 left in the first half. We'll be back after the remainder of this media timeout. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. Nine-6 lead for San Francisco with 11:25 left in the first half. Davis Hagen, Josiah Frank with you from the third game of the day. We have one more coming up after this, but right now, Josiah, a lull in action the last couple of minutes. What's been going on?
Yeah, and right now, the San Francisco Dons, they're just one of the last 9 shots from the court. And for the Portland Pilots, they're in a 3.5 scoring drought. So it kind of looks like both teams just can't put the ball in the basket, which has been an issue for everyone that has played in Orleans Arena across the weekend and week.
Yeah, at some point, somebody's going to go on a multiple-minute scoring drought. It's just a matter of, does the other team go on a 12-0 spurt during that time, or do they only score 2 to 4 points? Balsayer Webb will get the ball against Gigi Beria. He backs him down on the far block, and a whistle blown. It'll be a foul against San Francisco. That one goes against Mookie Cook. It was a off ball. Well, he was off the ball until he reached in against Balsayer Webb, and so it's going to be a reach-in foul on Mookie Cook. Inbound coming from the baseline for Portland. They go to Knuckles, and he drives to the cup and lays it in, and he is just so efficient when he gets inside the paint. His ability to elevate and just be confident is pretty special to watch in this tournament. He's got 6 points early for the Pilots. Bounce pass down low to Gigi Beria, misses the right-handed layup, and he's frustrated with himself for that miss. 7'2", turns and just misses a layup, and then a foul picked up by San Francisco right after the miss, and that's on Mookie Cook. That's his second foul. It is also the third team foul on San Francisco, so Gigi Barria will go to the bench. Legend Smiley getting set to come back in at the next dead ball. Foxwell, top of the key for Portland. It's a 9-8 lead for San Francisco. 10.5 minutes to play first half. Knuckles, mid-range jumper, got deflected partially by Tyrone Riley. He brings the ball up the floor now, and then his pass gets deflected by Ballou. To Foxwell, left side, his three, perfect. And he gives Portland the lead back. 11-9, advantage Pilots. 10-13 left in the first half. Beasley beyond the arc to Diaz-Graham. Lob it up to Fuchs. He had to catch it. It was a little bit too high. Couldn't do anything with it. Guillermo Diaz-Graham goes back to work. Misses again on the block. Fuchs offensive rebound. Put back in a foul. He did not get it to drop, so 2 shots coming for Fuchs. And Micah Ballou picks up the foul for Portland.
Yeah, and the Dons right now are in a scoring drought. Fuchs could end it, but 2.5 minutes nearly. They are 0 of the last 4 and 1 of the last 11. And so somebody's got to find a way to score the basketball or Portland can start to heat up after a good Foxwell 3.
Fuchs rattles in the first free throw and gets San Francisco to double digits. It's an 11-10 lead for Portland. Horonsky will check out along with Knuckles, Sensori Hercules, and Williams coming in. Cameron Williams from Cape Codrell, Missouri. 6'5", 200-pound forward. Fuchs, second free throw, front iron. Didn't get it to drop, and it's 11-10 still in favor of Portland. Foxwell splits the double team again and then throws a wild pass straight out of bounds. Didn't look twice to see Sensori Hercules had already left that corner spot, and it's another turnover for Portland.
Yeah, and just more turnovers. 5-1 still on the turnover count for the Pilots. And if they want to extend this lead and keep their run going, they've got to stop turning the ball over and taking care of it.
Beasley will bring it over half court. He's yet to shoot the ball in this first half. And we're under 10 minutes to play in the first half, and Portland has a 1-point lead. Legend Smiley will fire from deep. Fuchs right there to slam it back home, and San Francisco takes the lead right back. It's 12-11. David Fuchs with 8 points. Pardon, that's 10 points now for Fuchs. They just now updated. A turnover for Portland again. Beasley races down the other side into the corner for Diaz-Graham. Beasley driving baseline. He is 5'11" against the 7'1" Balsayer Webb, and he moved his pivot foot as he picked up the dribble, and a turnover for San Francisco.
Yeah, just a lot of quick basketball. Wanted to highlight Fuchs as he's really had a good start to this game so far. He's got double digits and a great putback dunk after a Smiley missed 3, and he's one of the best three-point shooters for the Dons. But man, Fuchs is having a night early.
Yeah, 10.6 rebounds. He's approaching a double-double in the first half. Foxwell, right wing, his three-pointer is good. He's feeling it from deep. Foxwell now 2 for 2, and that gives him 8 points. It's kind of been Foxwell versus Fuchs in the early going, and it's a 14-12 lead for Portland. With 8:20 left in the first half. The pass to Beasley deflected by Foxwell way out by half court. They go left side to Riley into the middle with Wong. Hop step into the lane. Scoop shot good. And he ties it at 14.
A great move by the returner, Junji Wong. One of just 2 or 3 players just returning on this Dons team. That was a 3rd seed last year.
Foxwell will try another 3 from straight away. This time missed it. A long rebound out to Beasley. Beyond the arc by about 4 feet. He's going to fire it and miss everything. And that is the first shot of the game from Beasley. And that's going to bring us to our under 8 media timeout. So he starts 0 for 1 with an air ball. And he's got to go back to the bench and maybe explain himself to Chris Gerlofson, the head coach for the Dons, of why he decided to take that one from about 5 feet beyond the three-point line. But either way, it's a 14-14 ball game. 7:42 left in the first half. A good one so far. We'll be back after this break. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. .7:42 left in the first half. San Francisco and Portland knotted up at 14 apiece. The winner will take on the 4-seed Oregon State Beavers tomorrow. And Josiah, right now it's been a battle between two-star players. Joel Foxwell for Portland, he's got 8. And David Fuchs for San Francisco, 10 points. A big and a guard. And for San Francisco, the big of Fuchs is just going straight at the chest of some of these other bigs for Portland.
Yeah, and I think he just kind of wants it more. And I think the most impressive stat line is not just the points, but it's the rebounding category. He's got 6 boards by himself. And right now, as a team, the Dons have 14 boards. So he has nearly half of his team's boards. And, we're still have 7:45 left into this first half. So he's doing a great job of just kind of wanting the basketball more. And when you rebound that well, it's a lot easier to put the ball into the basket as well as get fouled and get to the line and put in the easy points as well. But he's done a great job so far.
So 14-14 ball game, 7:42 left first half. Foxwell will get the inbound and walk it up the court. Portland attacking the right basket, wearing their road gray uniforms against San Francisco in their whites. Ballou catches it, rhythm jumper on a turnaround and hits it. That's a really good catch and shoot for Ballou. That's his favorite shot. And it's 16-14 advantage Portland. Fuchs catches it on the blocks. Quick spin move to the cup, and he gets fouled. He'll have 2 more free throws. He's been really good at drawing fouls in the early going.
Yeah, he has been great at especially that kind of short corner block area near the post, about 3 or 4 feet out, either spinning to the basket or spinning away to either that fadeaway shot or getting closer to the basket to try to finish. But he's been fouled maybe 3 or 4 times. And the Portland Pilots, they need to stay on their feet and try not to hit him because he's not a bad free throw shooter either.
This is his 4th trip to the free throw line. He was 4 of 6, make that 5 of 7. Alsair Webb and Knuckles coming back in. O'Donnell and Williams out. And for San Francisco, Beasley is on the bench. Masic is in. Fuchs at the free throw line, and he misses the second. So once again, going 1 of 2 at the free throw line. He is now 5 of 8 from the free throw line. He's got 11 points, and it's a 16-15 lead for the Pilots. Foxwell outside at the top of the arc. He's been good from beyond. Here's Knuckles driving the baseline. Kick it out to Foxwell. A catch and shoot 3 from the corner. Missed it. Sensori Hercules offensive rebound. They go out to Balsair Webb. Straightaway 3. Too strong. It bonks off the back of the rim. And Masic gets the long board. Crosses half court into the corner. Legend Smiley, his 3. Too strong. Wong, offensive board, goes back up. Rejected from behind by Ballou. In a patient block, he saw Wong going up, and he just kind of waited till the perfect moment to swipe it away. 6:30 left in the first half, a 16-15 lead for Portland. Not a lot of separation between these two. And a low-scoring first half effort. It looked like it was going to be up and down pace. Teams have sort of gone cold down the stretch of this first half, but still a lot of time left until they go to the locker rooms. Foxwell, right side. 3 seconds to shoot. He'll heave, and it's too strong. Offensive rebound. Sensory Hercules. Kick it out. Knuckles. He'll try. Misses it. Fuchs, another rebound. Portland going cold from the three-point line. Fuchs, top of the key. Going to try a three-pointer, and that was way too strong. It hit the backboard and the rim. So under 6 minutes to go. Fuchs thought he could be a three-point sniper, but comes up too strong. Portland up by 1. Foxwell ducks inside, hangs and kicks, and he jumped again to pass it, and Legans is frustrated on the other side for the Portland Pilots. The head coach. Fuchs, the short corner, spins inside against Ballsayer Webb, gets bumped, no whistle, and he lays it in, and he is damaging Ballsayer Webb, who is looking exhausted as he slowly walks down the floor.
Yeah, he is definitely feeling it, all 7-1 of him. And Fuchs is just standing at 6'9". But, I mean, it seems like Fuchs is 7'3" or 7'4" the way he's bodying him in the post.
Ballou with a mid-range jumper. He got knocked to the floor, and he hit it. But no whistle called. It's 18-17. Portland takes the lead back. 4:50 remaining in the first half. Inside Wong, mid-range push shot. Bounces on the rim, doesn't drop. Foxwell and Knuckles were there, and Knuckles grabbed it while he was out of bounds, so it'll stay with San Francisco. A couple subs coming in. Beasley, Diaz-Graham back in for San Francisco, and also have Sam Nolan coming in with Cameron Williams for the Pilots. With Ballsayer Webb and Foxwell going out. Inbound to Beasley, and a foul called right away on Ballou, a blocking foul as he was too close to him. 6 fouls on the Pilots. Bringing Hronsky in. We'll have Ballou going to the bench for Portland, and on the other side, Fuchs will head for a breather as Gigi Beria comes back in. So an inbound on the sideline for San Francisco. Beasley waiting, and they are going to the monitor, the officiating crew, taking a look at something. They are now asking and they call a foul on Wong, or that's allegedly what they said on the intercom. I'm not exactly sure what the
I didn't see it
was. Yeah. So back underway with San Francisco with possession. Legend Smiley darting to the rim, and he is fouled when he went up. That one goes against Portland.
Yeah, and that was a tough take to Smiley. It definitely is kind of one of those 50-50 calls. Was like there was some ball that was blocked, but also he is going through some type of contact. But yeah, tough drive through contact to get to the line.
Foul called on Williams. Smiley misses the free throw. Stays at an 18-17 lead for Portland with 4:33 remaining. And no update on that mention of Wong. I'm not exactly sure what they were looking at. They didn't really go to the monitor. They went over to check the official stats. But either way, a free throw put in by Smiley ties it at 18. So another tie ball game. These two teams inseparable so far. Williams catches it, drives, and hits it. It's an and one on the layup. And another foul called. That one going against San Francisco. It's an and one for Williams. He makes it 20-18. Portland leads.
Yeah, and that was a tough finish by Williams. I really thought that ball was going to roll out of the rim, but to get that and one call and finish through the contact, Great job by him.
So the foul goes on Gigi Beria. He'll head to the bench. Wong will come back in. That's for San Francisco. And for Portland, Williams hit the free throw, makes it 21-18. A 3-point advantage for Portland. And a whistle blown. They will stop play for a substitute. Smiley will head towards the locker room. He jogs straight past the bench and will run to the locker room. Tyrone Riley is in for Smiley.
I wonder if it was blood or something quick like that.
Next, they stopped play in the middle of the court so that they could get a sub. Back underway. Portland up by 3. Riley in the middle. A jump shot from the free throw line comes up short. Wong offensive rebound. 3 Pilots surrounding him. He kicks it out to Masic. Back into the corner for Wong. His 3 won't go. Diaz-Graham rebounds and he gets hacked in the arms. A couple of Pilots were there. We'll see exactly who they call it on. That one goes against Sensori Hercules. That's his second foul and the 8th foul on the Pilots. So we'll have free throws coming up. It's a 1-and-1 for Diaz-Graham. When we return, it's the under 4 media timeout. Portland up 21-18 over San Francisco. 3:49 left in the first half. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Palouse. Portland leads by 3 with 3:48 remaining in the first half. It's a 21-18 lead for the Pilots. They're trying to go on a run. They're the 9 seed. They defeated Pepperdine, the 12 seed, and Washington State, the 8 seed already, and they're battling against the 5th seeded San Francisco Dons. They're up 21-18 in Josiah. We've got one more game coming up later tonight. The 6 seed Pacific Tigers taking on the 7 seed Seattle U Redhawks. And that's an 8:30 tip. And right now, this is probably the most fans that there's been in Orleans Arena. Good energy so far. And Diaz-Graham goes to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Mentioned Diaz-Graham, that run at Pitt. Played 33 games, and he only started 3 games, but all 3 of those starts came in the NCAA tournament. That was way back freshman year. Season high this year, 17 points against San Diego, and he hits the first free throw, and so one more coming for Diaz-Graham. Makes it a 21-19 game. Misses the second, stays at 21-19. Portland grabs the board, and Knuckles will bring it over half court. Balsayer Webb is back in, getting hounded by Diaz-Graham in the corner. Foxwell comes to slide in and grab the ball. A shifty point guard out to Williams. His jumper short. Rebound Riley. 21-19 advantage Portland. Riley will drive and a foul called. That goes on Knuckles. That's his first foul and a 9th team foul in Portland. There's still 3:19 left, and free throws, a big thing for San Francisco. They're going to have a lot of free throws in this game if Portland continues to foul this way. So Riley to the free throw line. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and a foul on the rebound. Picked up by Guillermo Diaz-Graham. Score stays at 21-19 with 3:18 left in the first half.
Yeah, and an unfortunate over the back call, fighting for that rebound. You got to go after the basketball. You can't push into the back and make contact with the player in front of you. It's a tricky call, especially when players are taller than others. Easy call for the official.
Knuckles outside to Balsayer Webb at the top. To the right side with Foxwell, and now he works his way towards the top of the key. Swings it to Ballou. Quick twitch dribble from Ballou. Picks up the ball and will send it out to Foxwell, and an illegal screen called. That goes on Ballou on the dribble handoff, a moving screen called, and there's been an emphasis on offensive fouls here at the WCC tournament for both the women's and the men's side. It seems like a couple times a game there's going to be one of those.
Yeah, it definitely does seem like that, where there's been a lot of trends throughout both brackets, similar things happening.
Masic for San Francisco at the top of the arc. Holding it over his head, swings it to Beasley, who has just only had that one wild three-pointer. Masic loses it. Portland takes it away. Foxwell, far side three, won't drop. Offensive rebound. Williams gathered it over the top of Masic, and then he lays it in. And a timeout is called by San Francisco. Portland jumps out 23-19.
Gosh, and an unfortunate turnover. It was right into the hands of Portland, and they score on the other end. But, I mean, there was 3 Portland defenders in the way when that turnover was committed. And right now, the Dons, USF is one of their last 8 and in another scoring drought. No field goals in the last 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Their only points coming from the free throw line, but they haven't put up a shot in live possession basketball. So that's got to change if San Francisco wants to continue to keep it close here, as they're down by 4 nearing the halftime mark of this game.
2:31 left in the first half. Portland up 23-19. Pilots trying to continue this great run that they've been on, knocking off Washington State last night and Pepperdine the night before that. San Francisco brings it over half court. 2:25 left in the first half. Riley lobs it to Fuchs with a wild catch attempt, and it goes out of bounds, and Fuchs just really never got to it in time. It was a dangerous pass into the short corner, and he couldn't corral it. Turnover for San Francisco, 2 in a row for them, and that's only their 4th of the game, and half their turnovers coming in the last 2 possessions. Foxwell at the high post, dumps it off to Balsayer Webb, who lunges for a 2-hand slam and gives Portland a 25-19 lead. And when Foxwell gets in his rhythm, when he splits that double team at the top, it is almost impossible to guard. Fuchs, cross-court pass to Smiley, left corner, drives it in, kicks it out. Riley swings it, Beasley steps in, three-pointer on the way, drains it.
He's got a hair of a hitch in his shot, but it is definitely pure if you leave him open. Love to see him shooting a little more. A great 3 by him.
His first make of the game, he's got 3 points. Leading scorer this year for San Francisco. Balsayer Webb catches it on the block against Diaz-Graham. He's poking at it. Spin move. Balsayer Webb flips his back to him and spins in the shot with the right hand. It's 27-22. Portland in front. Minute 14 left in the first half. 5-point advantage for Portland. Corner three-pointer, Riley leaves it way short. Offensive rebound, Fuchs. Bounce pass outside, swinging around the world for Beasley. His three-pointer is good, and an off-ball whistle is called. Fuchs hit the deck. Beasley has hit his last 2 three-pointers. and a foul was called, and they're going to take a look.
Ooh.
So the shot will count.
Okay. I got to point out, head coach Shante Leggins, he's dealing with some type of foot injury, maybe a fracture, something like that, but he's in a boot right now on a scooter and definitely just as fiery, just as lively, but he's really curious to see what that call is, and it says the shot will stand, but I think he's trying to argue that maybe that whistle for the foul was before the shot, and it shouldn't count anyways. It looks like they're taking a look at the monitors. We're right behind the ESPN Plus crew. See if we can see anything as well.
Yeah, they're also looking for sure at the Williams foul on Fuchs. So the three-pointer went in when Beasley launched it, and on the far side from where Beasley shot it, Fuchs was sizing up to try to get a rebound, and Williams kind of blasted him over, and they blew the whistle, and it was likely going to be San Francisco ball after that three-pointer, and this is going to be a huge swing because it was a 5-point lead for San Francisco, and they have a chance to have a 5-point possession if they get this three and the foul call to go their way. Williams, his foul being investigated by the officiating crew. They've gone away from the monitor. Now the three of them huddling up. Our officials for this game, Duran George, Bill Vinovich, James Ford, and James Duke, the alternate official. So Ford, Vinovich, and George all huddled up, talking things over. They're signaling that the shot is going to count, and it's also going to be San Francisco ball, and likely going to be 2 shots if they upgrade this possibly to a flagrant. And here comes a call. And it sounds like it'll just be a common foul. And so just a common foul called on Cameron Williams. It was a physical play, but nothing flagrant. But it will send Fuchs to the free throw line, so a chance to tie it up with a 5-point play. So double bonus puts Fuchs to the free throw line, and the shot was already in the air while the foul happened, so that's why the shot will count. Fuchs hits the first free throw and makes it a 27-26 game, and that's a rare possibility for a 5-point play. And the lead for Portland is gone as Fuchs hits the free throw and ties it at 27. That's a big play, a 5-point one for San Francisco. Foxwell over half court, being guarded by Beasley. To Williams, who just picked up that foul. Outside, this is Kelson Gebers, who just checked in during that sequence, and Ballsayer Webb catches it on the block, will put it up, get fouled, and he'll have 2 free throws.
Yeah, this game is going to be really gritty. Excited for the second half as we're almost at halftime, but it doesn't even feel like it because the game is kind of changed paces, big shots on both sides, big buckets on both sides, but we're tied at 27.
Ballsayer Webb will hit the first free throw, gives Portland the lead back, 28-27 with 44.2 on the timer until halftime. But Portland up by 1. Ballsayer Webb has a chance to make it a 2-point lead, and he does. But yeah, good back and forth action. This is going to be a great finish, surely down the stretch of the second half. And Aiden Braccia, the Belmont transfer, he only played 10 career games there at Belmont. He hasn't scored since January 2nd. He's into the game for some potential 3-point shooting. Smiley will drive and hang and lay it in. Great move by Legend Smiley. And it's 29-29, 30 seconds left in the half. Foxwell over half court will call the timeout. They use it or lose it for Portland. And a timeout called. Shante Leggins talking to his crew. And a 29-29 score with 27.6 to go. And Josiah, really good back and forth action in the first half. One of the better first halves we've seen.
Yeah, definitely one of the better first half that we have seen over the last 2 days. And I'm really excited. We talked about this, that this was going to be a very close matchup. The Pilots are expected to go on a run, and they're definitely doing that right now, competing extremely well, and they're not going to back down for anything. And the Dons don't want to show up on their first day and also go home either. So it should be a very entertaining second half.
The winner will play Oregon State, the 4th seed, tomorrow. It'll be a 5:30 start time. Everything pushed up a half hour. So the first game of the day will be 11:30. And the next one coming at 2, and then 5:30 and 8. So Foxwell catches the inbounds pass from Knuckles. And he starts the pound dribble way outside by the half-court stripe on the far corner in the upper half. And an off-ball whistle and a foul. Ball Sayer Webb hit the deck. And they call an offensive foul and a technical foul called on Foxwell for a little extracurricular, and Portland kind of unraveling here at the end of the first half. Ball Sayer Webb got called for an offensive foul, even though he's the one that hit the deck. And a technical foul is called on Foxwell. So a crazy scenario here for Portland. They had a 5-point lead, then a 5-point play for San Francisco during an off-ball foul. And now here's a chance for San Francisco to really capitalize. Then a first free throw miss for Beasley. So what a sequence here down the stretch for Portland. Beasley misses both free throws.
Wow, and he's an 84% free throw shooter, the best for their team. You know, obviously shooting the technical free throws, can't miss both. And geez, a lost opportunity for the Dons. They'll get possession, but it won't really matter with 2 gimmies as we're almost at halftime. And still chirping from the Pilots. Ball Sayer Webb is super mad about that call.
Yeah, he was the one that hit the ground, and yet they called him for the foul. We didn't really get a good look at it, but either way, San Francisco, 5 seconds to shoot in the half. Fuchs down low, kicks it back out. Smiley straight away, jumper, not going to go. Put back will not go for Beasley. In a frustrating first half for Beasley, just 6 points. He went over 2 on those technical free throws. And so all's well that ends well for both sides. It's 29-29, and they'll have 20 minutes to decide a winner. You reset the scores pretty much at 0-0 with it tied up. And coaches preach that all the time, that the score is 0-0 at halftime. But here, it really is. It's tied up at 29.
Yeah, it really does not matter what is on the scoreboard because, yeah, you're really playing 0-0. And we thought this was going to be neck and neck. You know, we're seeing it being neck and neck. But, yeah, there's going to be a definitely fun matchup for both squads. But I'm curious, man, how this is going to play out. And definitely a very chaotic ending to the first half with that technical call foul by Foxwell. Don't really know what he said, but clearly it looked like when he got the technical foul, it kind of felt like he knew he deserved it. So probably said something a little too chirpy or maybe something a little too much, and he definitely knew was probably kind of pushing that boundary. But it didn't matter as Beasley, their top-rated free throw shooter, 84% of the season. That's a really good free throw shooting guard. But, man, he just has not been able to really connect all night. He had a big shot, had a big 3, but besides that, 2 valuable missed free throws make it a 0-0 game, basically, to start the second half.
A 29-29 scoreline. We'll have the second half coming up in a couple of minutes, about 14 and a half until the second half starts. The winner plays Oregon State tomorrow. The 9-seed Portland Pilots going toe-to-toe against the 5th-seeded San Francisco Dons. Josiah Frank will have the play-by-play in the second half. You're listening to KUGR, the student voice of the Blues.
More basketball action here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, near the Orleans Arena. Calling right now the Portland Pilots versus the San Francisco Dons. We're all tied up here at 29, getting ready for the start of the second half. And the story for this first half of the game for the third round of the WCC tournament has been a back and forth gritty battle between both of these teams. A pretty good San Francisco Dons team. Might not look like that on paper, but us watching for the Dons, the story has been Fuchs. He's been a bucket for them. He has 15 and 8, 15 points, 8 rebounds. And someone you love to see hit up more for the Dons is Ryan Beasley. And what have you really noticed that really hasn't worked for him?
Yeah, Beasley just 6 points in that first half. He averages double digits on the season, so he's probably going to get to that average, but he averages around 13 points, and that's just not the first half he wants to see, especially because his first shot of the game didn't come until a couple minutes were left in the first half, and it was a major air ball from about 5 feet beyond the three-point arc, and then he came back and hit 2 threes in a row, and that's all he's done. He's just had those 3 shots. And the highlight of that first half for Portland, at least, was that he missed 2 technical free throws. And so he's in a bit of a cold rut right now, and he's got to be able to fight himself out of that. We thought he might be able to with those 2 threes, but he seems like he's trying to orchestrate the offense a little more than shoot himself into the game. But he only has 1 assist, so he's really just working off the ball. But that's also because Fuchs has 15 points. So Beasley not having to do too much. It's been mostly a post-play kind of game plan for San Francisco. But if Beasley can step up and knock down some shots from beyond the arc. He made 2 in the first half, but again, only 3 shots for him in that entire first half.
The Watts native of California, Riley, to inbound for the San Francisco Dons. We're going to start the second half of this game. San Francisco, got to say, right before we start, though, love their jerseys. They've got this cursive type font on the white jerseys with kind of the yellow and green trim. I love it. Maybe I'm just kind of an old soul at heart, but love to see kind of cursive, the kind of vintage retro look being brought back to basketball. And right now it is tied at 29, so basically a 0-0 half to start. Who is going to win the second half? Who's going to win this game? Beasley, Wong tries for a triple off the right iron. Rebound, you know who? It's Fuchs. Offensive board for him. He's got 9 boards, nearly a double-double. He'll try for a triple now, top of the arc. That will also be too strong, but Beasley will snag it. 2 offensive rebounds as he's pushed out of bounds. Portland fans don't think he was pushed, but he just kind of fell out. Going to stay with the Dons now as we start this second half. Beasley to inbound on the baseline.
Yeah, 2 fouls on Foxwell now for Portland, and he's got to be careful, or else if he picks up a third, he could send himself to the bench for quite a while in the second half.
A cheap foul for Foxwell. As now Smiley will end up to it. Riley and back to him. The Dons trying to make something going. Had some offensive opportunities early. And now another cheap foul, as that was Riley trying to drive baseline. A foul on Sensori Hercules. And another quick one for the Pilots.
Yeah, that's 2 in less than a minute, and Riley just splatted on the ground. Totally took his legs out.
It's going to be inbounded to Smiley at the WCC logo. Beasley, who's been quiet. Now Wong, short corner. His shot's going to be good from 15 feet out. That will give the Dons a 2-point lead. Just a minute underway into the second half. We've just started more WCC action here in Las Vegas. Portland trying to tie it back up again. Ballsinger Webb. Quick handoff to Foxwell. Sets him a screen. Now Foxwell intended to pass it back to Webb. It was deflected. Will stay with Portland. Foxwell to inbound. He'll get it right back. Now going right back to the cup, and he's found and one. A beautiful runner jumper. Gives a nice kiss off the glass, and he'll go to the line for an and one opportunity.
Now Foxwell so crafty with the ball. And when he gets those runners going, nearly unstoppable, because his first dribble speed really unguardable the way he can accelerate to the cup.
Foxwell connects on the free throw. Now they are up by 1. Beasley taking his time to inbound the basketball to Smiley. Over now to Riley. Wong is open on the corner and drills it. A beautiful shot by Wong. He's got back-to-back scores for the Dons. Now they're up by 2, 34-32, 18-20 left in the second half. Walsinger Webb tries to use a screen by Knuckles. He's out on the perimeter. Now driving right to the cup. He's going to go up for a jam and catches a body or two. Two-handed slam by Walsinger Webb. Ties it back up at 34. Beasley thought about a 3 for San Francisco. Now he's going to try to kick it out to Smiley. That 3's too strong. Rebound Fuchs. He's got a double-double. Another offensive rebound for the Dons. Wong tries for another triple. That one's going to be too strong. Another offensive rebound for the Dons. Now Beasley a 3. Hits that as well. Big plays for both teams. 37-34, San Francisco leading.
And there's Beasley hitting the 3. Talked about him in the first half, only 6 points. Now he's got 9. And if he starts to heat up, San Francisco can go a long way.
O'Donnell sets a screen for Sensory Webb. We're going to kick it out. Give it to Foxwell. Straight away. 8 on the timer. Foxwell working his way into the lane. Left side. Floater no good. And it will be a foul on the ground. It's going to go the other way. Oh, no, it's going to stay with the Pilots. There's a foul on the ground on San Francisco, as Williams will be checking into the game, as well as Diaz-Graham for the Dons. Exciting plays on both ends. Some big threes. A dunk here and there. 37-34, Dons lead by 3. Foxwell with the highlighter shoes. Can't miss him. Foxwell, kick out. Gets it right back. His wing 3. Left iron, no good. Rebound, Fuchs. He's got 11 boards now. Riley tries for the triple straight on. That's too strong. A rebound by O'Donnell. And there'll also be a foul on the ground. He's fouled right after grabbing that board from the miss from Riley. 16:33 to play in this second half. It's win or go home here for WCC basketball. Knuckles on the left side, working, fading, spinning, finishing. Beautiful one-handed touch layup for him. Spinning right to the middle. 37-36, Don still leading by 1 now. Entered it into Riley. Kick out, Diaz-Graham. Thought about a shot, probably had an open opportunity. Instead, it's going to end up right back to him. Straight away 3 ball. That one's too strong. Another good board for O'Donnell. Now Knuckles going to bring over the rock. Passes the logo. Knuckles again on the left side. He's going to go strong to the rack. Misses it. The punt back layup by Sensory Webb. Sensory Hercules for the punt back. Pilots now up by 1. Beasley looking for a screen. Instead gives it to Riley. Now it's going to be Fuchs short corner. He's been nearly perfect at that spot today. Working his way, a beautiful finger roll layup on the right side. He is having a night. That's his 17th point for the Dons. He is hooping, and they don't want to go home. 39-38, 15 minutes left in the second half. And it looked like O'Donnell was pushed. Thought he was going to get a whistle. No whistle called. Now Knuckles will be fouled. It looks like Diaz-Graham got a hold of him. And both teams are going to go to the respective benches. A lot going on here to come out of halftime, and it is still neck and neck.
Yeah, and that last play, Fuchs was poking at O'Donnell, and he hit him, and O'Donnell kind of leaned back and looked towards the official to get the foul. And Fuchs even put up his finger and said, yeah, that's on me, and no whistle was blown. And Fuchs just was like, oh, okay, I'll start playing defense. And then Diaz Graham immediately picked up the foul. But Fuchs was ready to go apologize for the foul to his coaching staff and say, yeah, that's on me. But they didn't even call the foul on him, and he was willing to call it out himself.
Yeah, and, mixed opportunities definitely happen with the officials. But yeah, it was pretty clearly a foul. And, it's definitely a foul when the guy that committed the foul is like, yeah, I fouled him, but there was no whistle sound. So, being an official, we were just talking about this at halftime. Being an official, definitely one of the toughest jobs there is. If you make a mistake in another profession, it, could be maybe not that big of a deal. But as an official, you already got a vendetta against you when you walk into the gym with the stripes. And, when you make a mistake, it can be very hard to recover from the fans, from coaches, from other staff. We're going to take a quick break for the end of this media timeout. You're listening to more WCC basketball here on KGR. (39-38), just a quarter of the way through this second half of this third round matchup of the WCC tournament. San Francisco leading the effort by 1, but it has been a gritty and fun and entertaining game if you are just tuning in. Right now it's going to be Foxwell and the University of Portland to inbound the basketball after that media timeout. Foxwell looking, and intended target was Williams. He's fouled. We'll see who it's on. I believe it was Fuchs.
Looks like it's going to be on Cook, which is number 3 on Mookie Cook, who just came into the game, and he's already picked up his third foul.
Doesn't matter. Offensive foul now on the Pilots just a second after the inbound. I think it was on Foxwell maybe. And we'll find out here in a second. Regardless, that possession's over. It's going to be San Francisco on the Dons now, trying to make some more magic happen here in Vegas. Smiley, straight away, thought about a 3. He'll size up and knock it down. That's legend Smiley, the Seattleite. Hits a shot from nearly Seattle. Far out, straight away 3. Puts the Dons up by 5. Williams, his try on the other end. No good. Great rebound by Sensory Hercules. Drops it back over to Knuckles, into O'Donnell in the post. Working his way. The big man step-pop dribble and puts in the easy bucket. They'll cut down the Dons' lead to 2. This place definitely the most packed we've seen in the last few days. Fans starting to trickle in more and more every night. Beasley triple, in and out. Foxwell now in transition. Kick out by the Pilots. Now it's Knuckles working on Beasley. There's a mixed match. 6'6" to 6'1", but he loses the basketball. There's a fight for it on the wood. Who's going to end up with it? It will be a jump ball call. Possession arrow will favor with Portland, so they'll get another chance at a possession opportunity.
Impressive that there was no whistle blown, with Knuckles just kind of barreled over Beasley. Either expect a charge or a block, but Beasley fighting strong, as you mentioned. Huge size mismatch there with the 6'6" Knuckles going against the 5'11" Beasley, and that's the defensive matchup that you might want to exploit if you're Portland. There are your two guards out there, with Foxwell being picked up by Legend Smiley.
Right now the Dons lead by 2. Fuchs will sit. He's had a really good night. The Dons kind of been in fouling recently. They're up at 5 team fouls already for the second half. And that's going to be Foxwell, a beautiful fadeaway J. Just touches with the net. Now it is tied up at 42 all. That's going to be Riley. He'll throw up a little 8-footed jumper. And then they regain the lead now by 2. Foxwell on the other end for UP. Entered it into Knuckles. Knuckles working his way physical. Misses the shot. Put back by Williams for the layup is good. Tied back again at 44. Back and forth like ping pong. Cook swings out to Beasley. Back to him. He'll try a 3-ball. Nothing but nylon. Dons up again by 3. 47-44. 12:35 left. Entertaining basketball. Both teams are just connecting. San Francisco, those 4 is their last 5. Sensory Hercules to Williams. Nearly loses the basketball. Beasley's almost got a hold of it. Foxwell, 9, long 3. It's no good. That one was from Arizona, but he'll miss that one. Beasley on the other end for the Dons. He's been cold tonight, just trying to find anyone else. End up with the ball from Riley. Now he'll get it back. Thought about a shot, doesn't do it. There's a mixed match. He's trying to kick it out. It'll be Riley now. That 3-pointer, he will hit. And they extend the lead right now. They have a 6-point lead. They're on a 6-0 run just under the last minute, and that will be a timeout for Shantae Leggins and the Portland crew. Probably a good timeout as the lead is starting to get a little bit ahead of them. Just a 6-point lead, but this game has been so neck and neck, you don't want them to continue a 6-0 run.
Absolutely not. If you're Portland, got to be able to find a way to start getting some more buckets and maybe draw 2 more fouls on San Francisco. Then you can get to the 1-1 the rest of the way. 5 fouls on the Dons and still 11:39 left. That's a lot of time, especially if you can start to continue to get to the free throw line.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time indeed, and big shots on both ends. But it seemed like UP not only not making some of those bigger shots as San Francisco, 3 of their last 3, but almost a little bit rushed as well. But we'll find out here. 11:39 left in the second half. It's a 50-44 ball game. You're listening to more WCC tournament action here on KUGR. A 6-0 run for the University of San Francisco to start off that little bit of a stretch. It had been neck and neck until then, just in the last minute and 6 seconds. Portland trying to get it back to be close again as they will inbound the ball. It will be Knuckles for UP. Williams trying to hand it off into Foxwell. He was pushed on the ground. It's a fight for the basketball. Finally ends up in the Pilots' hands. It's Ballou that got a hold of it. Foxwell being hit a couple of times. A lot of physical contact, and that's going to be a turnover by Bolsinger Webb. Intended target to Ballou again. Just does not work. Cook, cross-court pass for a 3-ball drilled by Mostasic.
Man, he barely got that off. Knuckles was lunging at him, and he jumped really high into the air, but somehow Mosic barely got it over the top of him. Great closeout, but an even better shot.
Mosic, a beautiful 3, extends the San Francisco lead. They're up by 9. Foxwell dump pass into Bolsinger Webb, and he's blocked, and Mosic will end up with it, slowing down the tempo. The Dons fans in their all green, they are fired up in this place. They're up by 9. Biggest lead of the night. Riley to extend it. Won't go. Lead will stay at 9, 53-45. We're nearing the midway point in the second half. Foxwell trying to keep Portland alive. Bolsinger Webb into Williams. Loses control of the basketball, but it's tipped away on the baseline. Will stay with the Pilots. And that will be a media timeout. We're going to take another break. Listen to more third round action here on KUGR, the student voice of the Blues. Right now, the tale in Las Vegas is a 53-44 ball game. San Francisco has been on a 9-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. Portland has not been able to connect here. And Davis, what do you think is the biggest problem for this UP team?
Yeah, Portland's been kind of inconsistent on the offensive side, and I think they're getting a little frustrated when things aren't going their way. And yeah, they have 44 points, but they're down 9, and they can't let this balloon out. Foxwell has been just harassed on the offensive side. Riley is face guarding him, and he continues to get frustrated. He's already picked up a technical in this game, and he has to avoid getting even more frustrated. He's also got 2 personal fouls to his name.
Yeah, definitely has to be careful as that's a turnover on the inbound. It's going to be Wong on the other end for the Dons. Finishes the layup on the fast break, and all of a sudden it's an 11-0 run. UP's kind of falling apart here very quickly.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate turnover right out of the timeout on the inbound, and the first thing you do is give it right to San Francisco.
Williams working in the post, spinning and finishing, trying to calm the nerves of the Pilots. They'll cut the Dons' lead back to 9. Ending that scoring drought for Portland. It's going to be a whistle, though. It will be a foul. We'll see on who. Looks to be Williams.
Yeah, Williams was hugging his defender, didn't let him cut.
Riley to inbound. Tomasic. Hounded by Foxwell. Gives it up to Wong. Hasn't seen a ton of time because he has 3 fouls. Enters it into Riley. Airballs a shot, but there is a block. It was a late whistle. And the call will be on the ground. There will be 2 shots. And even Riley's kind of laughing because he knows it didn't appear to be on the shot. But regardless, he's going to have 2 free throws. Pretty late whistle for him. But regardless, it's going to be 2 more scoring opportunities for the Dons. They're up by 9, just 9 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second half. First one falls through. Tyrone Riley, the 4th. Father Tyrone Riley Sr. played basketball also at USF back in 03 to 05. I was born in 03, so a long time ago. As Riley will connect on the second one as well. That one will be pure. Now the Dons go back up by 11. 9 minutes left in this second half. Foxwell to Ballsinger Webb. That's going to be Knuckles. Defense is great by San Francisco. Very physical. Ballsinger Webb trying to drive to the cup. His shot will be too strong. Wong will end up with it on the other end. Riley now pausing and then going right to the rack. A beautiful hesitation. Waited about 3 seconds. Went right to the rack and finished with the left hand on the right side. And there will be a whistle after that made bucket. Don't know what the call was.
It's on Smiley right after the basket. Got called for a foul. They were trying to put on some full court pressure, and Smiley just bumped into into Foxwell.
Got to give him a little bit of time to get to the baseline to inbound. Regardless, there looked to be almost maybe a missed whistle as Ballou got the inbound pass over from Knuckles. Now Foxwell trying to make magic happen. Passes it to Knuckles, and Knuckles enters it into Williams' low post and just can't hold the basketball. Off of his fingertips, bounce onto the baseline, and the wheels are falling off right now for UP.
Yeah, Portland imploding right now. They've got a really difficult time finding the way to just continue to play consistently. They are in the midst of a San Francisco 15-2 run over the last 4 minutes. San Francisco dominating the Pilots in these last couple of moments. And Portland just looks rattled and an entirely different team. And the same thing is true throughout this entire tournament. Half to half, teams are completely different. Portland plays a great first half. They're tied at 29. And now all of a sudden they're getting outscored 15-2 in the last 4 minutes, which media timeout to media timeout, they just haven't been able to get any rhythm.
And rhythm has definitely been an issue. Down right now by 13. The Dons are on a 15-2 run in the last 4 minutes and 16 seconds. We'll be back after you with the remainder of the second half. Just 8:28 left here in the second half of the third round of the WCC Conference Tournament game. You're listening to more basketball here on KUGR. Right now, the University of Portland is down by a lot. 13 right now, which was tied at halftime. The Dons are on a 15-2 run, and it doesn't look like anyone can stop the locomotive from the Bay Area. 8:28 left, still a ton of time, more than a quarter length. As we're past the midway point here in the second half, Riley's to inbound to Smiley. Smiley with Ballou. He'll pass the logo. Tween. Cross and go right to the rack. Finishes. A beautiful move by legend Smiley. He's had some tough buckets to the cup, and he extends the lead. 17-2 run now. 6-0 in the last minute and 12. O'Donnell to Knuckles. Backdoor into Foxwell. A beautiful backdoor cut by Foxwell. Pass from Knuckles connects for the assist. Put in the easy lay. 61-48 though. 7:40 left of this game. Don's on still a very big lead. Smiley jab step. Kicks out Wong. Triple. You bet. And it looks like no one is really slowing down USF. 64-48. We're near the 7-minute mark, but there's going to be a whistle on the other end. Will be a foul on the ground. It will be Wong, and I believe that is his fourth, if it is on him. And he knows it. And head coach Chris Gerlifson is going to put Fuchs back into the game. He's had a great night. He's had 17 and 11. Kind of been quiet somewhat of recently, but a beautiful double-double performance. You don't see that a ton, getting 10-plus rebounds at the D1 level all the time, especially with that many points. And he's doing it all at the 6'9" height. When there's multiple 7-footers on a combination of both teams, as O'Donnell's first rattles home, tries to cut the lead, and Will down to 15, but still extremely commanding for the Dons.
Yeah, Fuchs had 15 and 8 at halftime, and so only 2 points and 3 rebounds in the second half. Well, there's another one.
Another rebound by him, now 17 and 12. Tries to set a screen for his teammate. And he's hounded. Smiley was hounded by Foxwell, nearly loses the basketball. Will get it back instead. Be Cook. Gives it right back to Smiley. It's just between those two. Now to Riley, the floater over the head of O'Donnell. And it's still coming off the rails. A 17-point lead. 66-49. Knuckles for UP. Portland's got to get something going now if they want a shot at it. O'Donnell, spin move, jump hook, too strong. Another rebound by you-know-who. Fuchs has got 13. Mashish check back into the game. Riley again, slam to Fuchs. And a great performance by the Dons team. They're up by 19. And you might be looking at, and it looks to be that there might be, official is at the monitor, but man, it has been the San Francisco show. That's all it's been, really.
Yeah, that last play was a lob up to Fuchs, and he was asking for it on the previous play when Riley drove in. He pointed to the ceiling and said, lob it up. Riley instead took it himself and laid it in. The very next possession, Fuchs looks up again and says, go up with me, and he lobs it to him, and then he catches it and slams it home. Nearly unstoppable if Fuchs is just going to be at that dunker spot with no Portland Pilot around him. And Portland just looks defeated right now at this point. They haven't got much to go their way in this second half. They're being outscored 39-20 in the second half. It was 29-29 at halftime, and there's still 6 minutes left, and San Francisco has 39 points already in this second half.
Super unfortunate for UP, but David Fuchs, definitely the player of the game though so far, 19 and 13. Knuckles turns over the basketball. He thought it was tipped. I don't think so, but they're going to review it anyway. It looks like he just threw it to the Gatorade coolers right behind the UP bench. It doesn't look like it was tipped, but they'll go to the monitor and see if there was a fingertip from a San Francisco player. I'll give both teams a little bit of timeout as Portland's challenging the play. But, man, yeah, unfortunate where this game was really 0-0 at the half. Then all of a sudden, San Francisco took over, hit big shots, got their fans, got the crowd involved, and they came off the plane ready to hoop, and they've been hooping.
Absolutely. San Francisco playing in their first game. Last year, they were the 3 seed, so they're playing a game earlier than they would have last year. And they are taking it to Portland in the second half. They've got a ton of depth, and one of the things at the half, there was a lot of foul trouble on their bench bigs with Diaz Graham and Mookie Cook coming off the bench for them, both having 3 fouls. And if Fuchs is going to have his way, and then you bring in Gigi Berria, and even if you bring in Diaz Graham, and then you also have to factor in Wong down low, they've got such depth at the big position that if anybody starts fouling out of a game, they could just put somebody else in, and they've got a 7-footer or a 6'10" big man that can go out and dominate.
And that has been the issue. And just want to highlight, we'll see at the review, and it looks like it was an unsuccessful challenge as Riley is clapping for USF. I wanted to highlight Fuchs just standing at 6'9", which is, of course, very tall in its own right. But looking at, some of the height for Portland, O'Donnell at 6'10", and then the big Jermaine Ballsayer-Webb at 7'1". He's really been dominating when it comes to rebounding and points in the paint. An incredible stat line for him, and the Dons are going to have another jam to him. He thought he got hit, too, in the head, but he's at 21 points, two-handed punch from Fuchs. Foxwell now. Horonsky's checked in. He hits a triple to keep hope alive for Portland. They're hanging on by a thread, down by 18, 5:40 left. USF is just having fun right now, playing pickup with the Pilots. Riley taking his time, all that precious seconds off that Portland wants and needs. Riley sizing up. 3-ball is no good, too strong. Foxwell, Horonsky, pump fake, another 3, drills it again. And all of a sudden, a quick 6-0 run for the Pilots. What was a near 20-point lead is now down to 15, 70-55. Just under 5 minutes in the second half. Cook is going to be called for the offensive foul. He was pushing as he was driving into the lane. It's going to be Beasley to check back in, who's been pretty quiet tonight. We'll see who he takes. Be Masic. And Wong will check back into the game for Cook. Portland right now in bonus. The Dons are at 18 fouls. They're in that double bonus portion. Foxwell kicks it out to Ballou for a 3. Rebound, Sensory Hercules, and all of a sudden, Portland has woken back up. And they are on a good little run. They're down by 13 now. Nearly the ball is stolen away, and it is by Ballou. Ballou, Foxwell, layup. He misses it. Misses the layup. A big shot needed for the Pilots. And they had an opportunity with the steal from Ballou. He was hounding Fuchs. And now Foxwell commits a foul. 2 awful series of events for Portland, but also for him.
Yeah, and that Legans was asking Foxwell to foul, and they were trying to stop the play. They'll bring Nolan in now, but that is a really interesting decision to have Foxwell intentionally foul there. That is his 3rd, and the best player for Portland now with 3 fouls just to try to stop play.
Yeah, and it looks to be another intentional foul as well, as Nolan will check immediately back out of the game. Foxwell was just staying at the scorer's table. Nolan just kind of committed a foul and then went back to the bench. Hasn't seen a ton of minutes tonight. Long on the other end. UP's got to see if they can get another stop or another steal. Oh, and there's going to be another foul. That one's going to be on Knuckles this time. And that will take them to bonus free throws. Down by 13. We're nearing the 4-minute mark. Portland, though, trying to keep life alive. They were down by 19 and looked like it might have been all over.
Yeah, it seems like Portland is trying to force San Francisco to shoot free throws with 4 minutes left. They know that they have to start to get some stops, and they wanted to put themselves in the bonus as early as possible. And so now they're at 7 fouls. So it's a 1-and-1 for San Francisco. They'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Riley's first. He's a 68% free throw shooter. Doesn't matter. Right down Main Street, he drills it. He'll shoot a second of the 1-and-1 opportunity. They're up by 14 still with 4 minutes. Still enough time for something to happen. To make it 15, though, Riley will. And he will take a breather as Cook will come in. Foxwell to inbound, Knuckles to inbound for the Pilots. Ballslinger Webb gets a hold of it, hands off to Foxwell. Just check back into the game. That missed layup. Probably thinking about it, but it doesn't matter. You got to shake that and continue to hoop. Foxwell to Ballou. Jab step. Kicks out to Foxwell. 3-ball. They need it. It's off the mark, but there is a foul on the ground. I think Ballslinger Webb got pushed into the back. Will be probably on Cook. And there is a technical foul as well. So UP will be shooting free throws, it looks like. Gosh, that's the last thing you wanted for the Dons, is to be chirping about a call late into this game. You don't want to give any type of life to Portland. 2 free throws would make it 11-point game. Would make it a 12-point game, and then gives them the ball back. If they were to hit a 3, it would just go to 10. And what was 19 now has a chance to give them even more life. UP is definitely not out of this by any means.
Yeah, so that foul is called on Cook. That was his 5th, and then they teed him up. So on the stat sheet, he's got 6 fouls, which is an impressive feat in college because you only get 5.
Yeah.
But he's got 6.
Yeah, that's one of the probably rarest things you can do in basketball. On the box score, 6, getting a technical foul after being fouled out. But yeah, super unfortunate technical foul. Awful timing. Looks like he got the technical foul first, and then was also called for the personal that was on the ground. We're going to take a short little break as they're going to, I think, peek at it just a little bit more. We're listening to more WCC basketball here on KGR. Foxwell will shoot free throws, for the University of Portland. down right now by 15. 3:48 left in the second half. But technical free throws off of Mookie Cook's technical foul, as well as fouling out of the basketball game, has resulted into more life for Portland. They need it. The first one rattles home. Nearly missed. Thought that one was going to rattle out. Doesn't matter, though. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just has to be in. Now they're down by 14. Foxville second. That one will miss. Foxwell clearly frustrated. They will get another offensive opportunity. Head coach Lagans telling his team to relax. As now Ballsayer will also shoot free throws because they are in double bonus. Actually, it'll be a one-on-one situation. Doesn't matter. And he'll miss again, too. Those were valuable points. And they're right, it should have been a 2 free throw situation. It should have not been 1-1. They're at 10 fouls. That's double bonus. And the Portland fans are irate. He should get another free throw. They're correct. If that was a foul, that's what it should be. I guess not. If the technical free throws were shot first, which they were, and then if it was called a foul on the ground and they're in double bonus, they should get 2 free throws, correct?
Yeah. I don't know. And I don't know exactly what the process is, but the officials say that there was just 1 free throw, and they were adamant about it, so they know better than we do that it was just 1 free throw.
I think sometimes, when you're really confident, then that's what it is. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Free throws were missed by Portland, missed opportunities, either 1 or 2. It's going to be Riley on the wing, drives to the cup, nearly loses the basketball and finishes a tough finish and gets fouled. What a play by him. He nearly lost the ball in the air, regained control, and then finished it with the right hand. It looked like he missed it, but he got fouled on the way down. So he'll have an and-one opportunity. That was a play by him. And it extends the lead. Portland had a chance on some much-needed free throws in life. And it's starting to slip away yet again. A 16-point lead for San Francisco, and Riley could make it 17. Riley. It rattles home. Up by 17. And Portland struggling. Foxwell, Ballou, looking for a miracle. Gives it back to Foxwell. Thought about a shot. Picks up his dribble. Ballsayer Webb. There's a mixed match in the post. He finishes and gets fouled. He was mixed match with Beasley. 7-1 on 6 foot.
Yeah, on a good day. 6 foot on a really good day. It's some platform shoes. And at that point, just let him score. You don't need to foul him and get the N1. You know he's going to go over the top of you.
Right. Yeah, definitely maybe a generous 6 foot. Webb connects with the free throw. They're down by 14 now. Ball is inbounded to Riley, to Beasley to get across the midpoint line. He's going to dribble it out. Wong thought about a 3, but want to take as much time as you want off the clock to not give Portland any more chance. Riley taking his time. Now going, kicks it out. Wong, 3 ball on the wing, in and out. But an offensive rebound by Riley. It was bobbled. Williams had control of it, then just lost the basketball, and Riley will also be fouled after that offensive rebound by him. And the Wheels now falling off the bus again. We're down by 14, just 2.5 minutes left of this game. Williams will take a seat. Riley to shoot free throws, as both teams should be in double bonus. Or, excuse me, they have Portland has 19 fouls. San Francisco has 10. getting that 10 mark makes the double bonus. Riley's first free throw connects, just extends the lead even further. Now it's 77-61 with the second make. 2.5 minutes to the final horn. Foxwell working. Someone's got to shoot. Time is of the essence. Ballou to the cup. Finishing through the air is Ballou for a lay, but still not a ton of time. Down by 14. Beasley splits the defense and dribbles it right back across the perimeter and is fouled. That will make it double. And it's on Foxwell. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, 77-63. It's looking like San Francisco will be playing tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Beasley, another free throw. This one connects. Leading free throw shooter on the USF squad. His second for the double bonus is double in. Wong to check out. Fuchs to check back in. An incredible stat line for him. 21 points, 14 rebounds. Phenomenal. Foxwell. It's a kick to Horonsky. Now Ballou will try for a triple. That's short. Life is slipping away, and Fuchs will get another board. 15 for him.
Yeah, new season high for Fuchs. He had a previous career or season high against San Diego with 13 rebounds. What a performance by San Francisco, coming in with a little bit of rust. They haven't played in a while. This is their first game in Vegas and taking on a Portland team that has already won 2 games.
Riley taking his time with the Dons. Now to Smiley, a beautiful dump to guess who? Fuchs. Another bucket on his stat sheet. It's 81-63. Dons lead by 18. Knuckles had a great night last night. Nearly loses the basketball. Fadeaway J, air ball. Another rebound, Fuchs. And that should probably seal the deal and put the nails into the coffin, as that's the last minute of the game. And it looks like Ballsayer Webb fouled Beasley as he was trying to dribble it out of the perimeter. It's going to be Nolan to check in, as well as Jebbers, Brewster, Washington native, and Nolan from Oregon. Now Beasley will shoot another 2. And with these two would make it a 20-point win. And unfortunately, Portland will be going home tonight. Everyone kind of checking out of the game. Fuchs checking out, as well as Smiley. And Beasley will as well. As number 23, Zhao will check in for him. He missed a second free throw. Doesn't matter. They're up by 19. Nolan to bring up the rock to Ballou. Back to Nolan. Horonsky now just swinging around, trying to put up anything. Nolan, the runner, that falls for him. Nolan, the grad student, checking in. Now it's going to be Zhao, as well as number 21, Sean Blakely Drummond from Palo Alto. Has not seen a ton of minutes today. Has one brother, Dio Blakely, who's the guard at WSU. Cool little fun stat, but unfortunately WSU is going home and his brother's staying. So unfortunate for him. And it looks like Zhao will be dribbling off the rock. There is a 10-second differential between game clock, shot clock, as we are nearing the final horn. Just 20 seconds left onto the buzzer. Zhao. Kick out. Blakely Drummond misses the triple. Now it's Nolan with 10 seconds, trying to get anything. Ballou behind the back, trying to go to the rack. He gets swatted away by Blakely Drummond. Clearly fired up. Not seeing a ton of minutes, just a season high of 2 points against UC Santa Cruz. This is just his 5th game all year. Blue, last shot triple, and that is the horn. San Francisco winning it 82-65. And a special performance in the all-star of the game was David Fuchs. 23 points, went 8 from 13 from the field, 7 or 10 from the free throw line, 6 offensive rebound, 10 defensive rebound, 16 total. A ginormous stat line for the 6'9" big man who just bodied Portland constantly, dunked on their head, and then said, see you later, as San Francisco will be moving on tomorrow night.
Yeah, they'll play Oregon State. The Beavers, the 4 seed, but San Francisco, they look really good, and they've got a ton of depth. That's one thing that definitely helps you in March. And Oregon State, a team that's the 4 seed, but they're 9-9. The drop-off between the top 3 teams this year in the WCC and then the 4th place team in Oregon State. It's going to be a good matchup between San Francisco and Oregon State, but those Beavers, they got something coming down the track. So this San Francisco team is going to be red hot coming into tomorrow night.
Red hot, red hot, red hot. And speaking of red, the next game will be the Red Hawks of Seattle University playing Pacific for the 8:30 time slot. The latest game for this tournament, as tomorrow the games will be moved up, bumped a half hour, as the last game will be at 8 tomorrow. But we'll be back at you not that long from here. It is 8:06 local time here in Las Vegas, West Coast Pacific time. And so we'll be back at you just in about 24 minutes, listening to more WCC action for the final game of the men's bracket of the West Coast Conference Tournament. Josiah Frank, Davis Hagen, more basketball here on KGR, the student voice of the Palouse.